Nyanyian lagu negaraku dan lagu negeri Selangor. Para hadirin dipersilakan duduk. Kalau pergi Tanjung Keramat, anak manis jangan diangkat. Bersama kita memohon rahmat, moga majlis mendapat berkat. Hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, bagi memberkati majlis kita pada hari ini, dipersilakan Ustaz Hasri Harun untuk membacakan doa.
Al-Fatihah. A'udzubillahi minasyaitonirrajim. Bismillah. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin arrahmanir rahim maliki yaumiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdinas siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladzina an'amta 'alaihim ghairil maghdubi 'alaihim. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillahi rabbil alamin. Hamdan yuwafi ni'amahu wa yukafi'u mazidah. Ya Rabbana lakal hamdu كما ينبغي لجلال وجهك الكريم وعظيم سلطانك فلك الحمد قبل الرضا فلك الحمد بعد الرضا ولك الحمد إذا رضيت وفنينا دائما سرمدا إلى يوم الدين اللهم صل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الأولين وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الآخرين وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في كل وقت وحين وصل وسلم على سيدنا محمد في الملأ الأعلى إلى يوم الدين وصلي وسلم على سيدنا محمد على الملائكة المقربين وعلى عبادك الصالحين من أهل السماوات والأرض. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, kami memanjatkan kesyukuran kehadrat-Mu, Ya Allah, atas segala nikmat yang telah Engkau kurniakan kepada kami, khususnya nikmat kesihatan, nikmat keimanan dan nikmat Islam. Kami menzahirkan kesyukuran yang tidak terhingga atas kurniaan-Mu kerana kami dapat mengadakan majlis SHAH Perdana 2019 hari ini yang akan disampaikan oleh Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Dato Sri Doktor Halim Mohammad, penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat Doktor Falsafah Pengurusan pada Istiadat Konvokesyen Unisel baru-baru ini. Kami mendoakan agar majlis yang kami hadiri ini akan Engkau golongkan sebagai majlis ilmu yang akan turut disertai dengan keberkatan dan rahmat-Mu, Ya Allah. Allahumma inna nas'aluka imanan la yartad wa na'iman la yanfad ومرافقة على محمد صلى الله عليه وسلم في أعلى الجنة الخلد. ربنا واجعل مسلمين لك ومن ذرياتنا أمة مسلمة لك وأرنا مناسكنا وتب علينا إنك أنت التواب الرحيم. Ya Allah, Ya Arhamar Rahimin. Dengan perasaan rendah diri dan tawaddu', anugerahilah kami kejayaan dan kekuatan untuk terus menjadi sebuah universiti yang terus memartabatkan ilmu dan hikmah, memberi kekuatan kepada kami bagi melaksanakan amanah kependidikan kepada anak-anak murid kami agar sentiasa berbakti kepada agama, bangsa dan tanah air. Jadikanlah kami, Ya Allah, insan-insan yang terus disirami dengan niat dan ikhlas, berkorban demi mencapai kecemerlangan yang abadi di dunia dan di akhirat. Penuhilah diri kami dengan semangat juang yang tinggi, bersatu merencana tugas dengan lebih baik bagi mencapai misi dan visi kami. Ya Allah, Engkaulah Tuhan yang mempunyai segala alam ini. Moga dengan kejayaan ini akan memberi kesedaran kepada semua untuk terus melakar kejayaan dengan lebih baik pada masa yang akan datang. Allahumma la sahla illa ma ja'altahu sahla wa anta taj'alul khuzna in syi'ta sahla. Rabbana zalamna anfusana wa illam taghfir lana wa tarhamna lanakunanna minal khasirin. Allahumma ja'al jam'ana hadha jam'an marhuma wa tafarruqna min ba'dihi tafarruqan ma'suma wa la taj'al Allahumma fina wa la ma'ana wa la ma yataba'una shaqiyan wa la matrudan wa la mahruma. Allahumma ja'al khaira a'marina akhiruhu wa khaira a'malina khatimuhu وخير أيامنا يوم ألقاك فيك. اللهم اغفر لنا ذنوبنا والإخوان الذين سبقونا بالإيمان ولا تجعل في قلوبنا غلا للذين آمنوا ربنا إنك رؤوف رحيم. ربنا آتنا في الدنيا حسنة وفي الآخرة حسنة وقنا عذاب النار. وصلى الله على سيدنا محمد وعلى آله وصحبه أجمعين والحمد لله رب العالمين. تقبل الله منكم.
Kurnianya, dapat kita bersama-sama berkumpul pada hari yang cukup indah ini di Majlis Syarahan Perdana yang berbahagia Tan Sri Dato Sri Dr. Halim bin Mohammad. Hadirin dan hadirat sekalian, Majlis Syarahan Perdana ini adalah untuk meraihkan penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat Doktor Falsafah Pengurusan semasa Istiadat Konvokesyen Universiti Selangor kali ke-14. Seterusnya, majlis dengan ini menjemput Presiden dan Naib Chancellor Universiti Selangor yang berbahagia Profesor Dato Dr. Mohammad Ridwan bin Othman ke atas pentas dan seterusnya memperkenalkan penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat Dr. Falsafah Pengurusan yang berbahagia Tan Sri Dato Sri Dr. Halim bin Mohammad. Dipersilakan.
Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Alhamdulillah rabbil alamin wassalatu wassalamu ala syafi'il anbiya mursalin wa ala alihi washabihi ajma'in. Rabbi shrah li sadri wa yassir li amri wahlul min lisani yafqahu qawli. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Salam sejahtera dan selamat petang. Dr. Nasikin selaku pengacara pada petang ini yang kita lalukan yang akan menyampaikan syarat perdana pada petang ini yang berbahagia Datuk Seri Dr. Halim Mohammad, iaitu penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat Doktor Falsafah Pengurusan Unisel. Kita juga mengalu-alukan kehadiran Puan Seri. Sebenarnya Puan Seri yang saya faham orangnya hebat juga ya. Ingat pada masa datang Puan Seri kita jemput menyampaikan. Syarifah, Puan Seri tak datang ya? Dr. Syarifah ya. Ingat Puan Seri bersama pada hari ini. Yang turut bersama-sama pada petang ini ialah pengurusan tertinggi Unisel, Profesor Dr. Maksidin Ahmad Ishak, Naib Chancellor dan Timbalan Naib Chancellor Akademik Penyidikan dan Jaringan Industri, Profesor Dr. Muhammad Nur Nawawi, Naib Presiden dan Naib Chancellor Pentadbiran Perancangan dan Jaringan Global, bersama dia Dr. Hamdan Muhammad Saleh, Naib Presiden dan Timbalan Naib Chancellor Pembangunan Pelajar dan Jaringan Komuniti, Puan Dato Abdul Malik, Bendahari, Hajar Rukmah bin Haji Mat, Pendaftar, Rakan pengurusan, dekan-dekan, ketua-ketua jabatan, tuan-tuan, puan-puan, seterusnya pelajar-pelajar dari jabatan FBA yang menjadi penganjur kepada program pada petang ini. Saudara-saudari, tuan-tuan yang saya raikan, pertama akan dapat bersama-sama dalam program pada petang ini. Saya permulanya agak khawatir tidak dapat bersama kerana kebetulan penerbangan sebelum saya delay 1 hari. Penerbangan saya delay beberapa jam dan lewat juga sampai semalam. Dan Alhamdulillah dapat bersama pada petang ini untuk bersama-sama dalam program yang sekira amat besar artinya kepada Unisel, kerana menjadi suatu tradisi bagi Unisel, iaitu tradisi yang membolehkan ataupun tradisi di mana Unisel menggalakkan penerima ijazah kehormat untuk bersama-sama dengan pelajar dan pensyarah berkongsi pengalaman. Dan untuk kali ini penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat sempena Istiadat Konvokesyen ke-14 ialah yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Seri Dr. Halim Mohammad, dan kita akan sama-sama mendengar dan berkongsi pengalaman beliau. Alhamdulillah kita dapat juga bersama-sama pada petang ini pelajar daripada FBA dan juga sebahagian besar pensyarah yang sekira berminat dengan apa yang akan disampaikan oleh yang berbahagia Tan Sri. Pada kesempatan ini saya sekali lagi mengambil kesempatan untuk mengucapkan tahniah kepada yang bahagia Tan Sri Datuk Seri Halim di atas penganugerahan yang telah pun diadakan dalam Istiadat Konvokesyen yang lalu, yang disempurnakan oleh Yang Amat Dihormati Raja Tan Sri Datuk Seri Arsyad Al-Haj, Raja Tun Uda Al-Haj, Chancellor Unisel. Dan kami warga Unisel berbangga dengan penganugerahan yang diberikan kepada tokoh yang sekira telah menunjukkan kecemerlangan yang boleh dikongsi bersama pada petang ini. Pada kesempatan ini juga saya ingin mengucapkan tahniah kepada Tan Sri di atas pembukaan Taman Tema. Saya dimaklumkan baru dirasmikan semalam di Langkawi, splash out ya, dan bernilai 60 juta. Mungkin lepas ini pelajar-pelajar Indonesia boleh minta special discount lah kalau siapa yang nak masuk. So, saudara-saudari, tuan-tuan yang saya hormati, dalam Istiadat Konvokesyen baru-baru ini kita telah untuk julung-julung kalinya memberikan penganugerahan kepada 2 orang tokoh, iaitu Doktor Marva Savakavatcha dan iaitu Duta Besar Turki ke Malaysia, dan yang keduanya seperti yang kita sedia maklum iaitu Tan Sri Datuk Seri Halim Mohammad. Dan kita yakin penganugerahan ini merupakan suatu yang besar artinya kepada Unisel dan juga kepada tokoh-tokoh ini, kerana kita yakin dengan penganugerahan ini akan merapatkan lagi ataupun akan membuka lembaran baru dalam hubungan antara kedua-dua pihak. Dengan tidak melengahkan masa, eloklah saya memperkenalkan Tan Sri Datuk Seri Halim Mohammad. Sebahagian kita mungkin sudah kenal, sudah mendengar namanya, tetapi eloklah pada petang ini saya memberikan pengenalan yang lebih mendalam agar kita dapat menjadikan pencapaian yang telah beliau capai selama ini sebagai satu inspirasi untuk kita terus berjaya dan mencontohi beliau pada masa-masa akan datang. Tan Sri Datuk Seri Dr. Halim Mohammad merupakan pengasas kepada syarikat perkapalan terkemuka negara Halim Mazmin Berhad yang ditubuhkan pada tahun 1980. Sehingga kini, HMB memiliki 12 buah kapal dan meletakkan syarikat ini sebagai sebuah syarikat pemilikan kapal swasta yang terbesar di Malaysia. 17 ya, bukan 17 buah kapal ya. Beliau telah berkecimpung dalam bidang maritim selama lebih kurang 40 tahun. Selain bidang perkapalan, beliau turut menceburi pelaburan dalam bidang penerbangan, pendidikan tinggi dan hospitality. Tan Sri Datuk Seri Halim amat prihatin kepada bidang pendidikan. Beliau telah menubuhkan Pusat Latihan Maritim Wilderness Malaysia dan Pusat Latihan Penerbangan HM Aerospace di Pulau Langkawi. Kedua-dua institusi ini telah melahirkan ribuan tenaga kerja mahir. Pada tahun 2018, beliau telah mendapat kelulusan untuk menjalankan operasi sebuah universiti yang dikenali sebagai Emeritus University di Ibu Negara yang memberi fokus kepada pengajian dalam bidang maritim dan penerbangan. Mengikut kepakaran beliau, Tan Sri Halim turut dilantik sebagai, mengiktiraf kepakaran beliau, Tan Sri Halim turut dilantik sebagai ahli Subcommittee for Asia Australia oleh Paris-based Bureau Veritas dan ahli lembaga pengarah North England Protections and Indemnity Insurance Club. Sebuah kelab berprestij bagi pemilik kapal di seluruh dunia yang berpusat di United Kingdom. Selain itu, beliau turut dilantik menjadi Fellow Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport UK pada tahun 2001. Pada tahun 2003, beliau telah dilantik sebagai Ketua Jawatankuasa Maritime Malaysian Industry Government Group for High Technology MITE dan turut menganggotai sebagai Ahli Dewan Perniagaan Melayu Kuala Lumpur. Khidmat Tan Sri Halim tidak terbatas syarikat milik beliau. Beliau juga pernah berkhidmat sebagai Ahli Lembaga dan Pengurusi Pembangunan Perdagangan Luar Malaysia Madrid. Pada tahun 2018, beliau telah dilantik sebagai Pengurusi Lembaga Pengarah Universiti Malaysia Terengganu UMT yang juga merupakan antara universiti terawal menganugerahkan beliau dengan Ijazah Kehormat Doktor Falsafah yang dapat bersama pada petang ini. Saudara-saudari yang saya hormati, saya kira cukup sekarang itu saya memperkenalkan tokoh yang sekiranya tidak asing lagi dan saya mengharapkan dengan syarahan yang beliau sampaikan nanti banyak manfaat yang boleh kita kongsi bersama dan harapan saya bukan ini kali pertama dan terakhir tetapi kita mengharapkan pada masa-masa akan datang Tan Sri Halim akan turut bersama dan bersedia untuk berkongsi banyak lagi pengalaman-pengalaman beliau kepada pelajar dan juga pensyarah. Sekali lagi saya ucapkan terima kasih di atas kesediaan Tan Sri dan kami amat berbahagia sekali dengan kesediaan Tan Sri. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Majlis mengucapkan terima kasih kepada Profesor Dato Doktor Mohammad bin Osman di atas pengenalan kepada penerima Anugerah Ijazah Kehormat Doktor Falsafah Pengurusan sebentar tadi. Seterusnya, majlis dengan ini ingin menjemput Yang Berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Halim bin Mohammad untuk menyampaikan syarahan perdana yang bertajuk Selangor as Maritime Gateway to the World. Dipersilakan.
Mic test one. Terima kasih saudari pencara majlis. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi taala wabarakatuh. Selamat petang and a very good afternoon to every one of you here. Yang berbahagia, Profesor Datuk Dr. Mohammad bin Osman, Presiden dan juga Nak Chancellor Universiti Selangor, kesemua timbalan-timbalan Nak Chancellor Universiti Selangor yang berada dalam Dewan ini, juga kepada semua pegawai-pegawai kanan, dekan-dekan Universiti Selangor yang saya hormati, dan seterusnya kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan para undergraduates yang berada dalam Dewan ini, terima kasih kerana sudi datang untuk bersama saya dan juga pengurusan tertinggi Unisel untuk saya berkongsi pengalaman saya seperti mana yang Datuk Bah Chancellor kata tadi. Sebenarnya pengenalan yang begitu tepat telah pun diberi oleh Datuk Bah Chancellor. Kemungkinan kepada tuan-tuan dan puan-puan yang saya baru kenali hari ini, boleh saya tambah sedikit latar belakang saya. Saya berasal dari Kuala Terengganu. Ada orang Terengganu di sini? Ada? Angkat tangan? Oh, ada kat belakang. Orang Terengganu kita. Sehari ini kita bukan nak buat syarahan yang tu, saya nak kita very relax. Saya mendapat pendidikan awal saya di Kuala Terengganu, di Sekolah Rendah Sultan Sulaiman, yang pada tahun depan akan celebrate 100 tahun sekolah kepimpinan saya. Dan selepas saya menghabis pendidikan awal, saya terus ke Sekolah Menengah Tengku Bariah, Kuala Terengganu. Dan di situlah saya habis zaman persekolahan saya. Oleh kerana saya datang dari sebuah keluarga miskin, ibu saya tak mampu untuk mengantar saya ke universiti. Saya habis hanya tingkatan 5 saja. Di antara anda semua sungguh bertuah hari ini yang dapat belajar Universiti Selangor. Saya ialah salah seorang yang tak dapat ke universiti. Tapi namun begitu, saya telah pergi ke sebuah universiti yang berlainan. Universiti saya itu Universiti Terapung, sebuah kapal. My university that takes me places. So I've traveled the world. At the age of 20, I joined the Merchant Navy in search of a job. So the ship was my training platform that serves also as a foundation stone that takes me places and teach me what you don't learn in universities. Right? So this afternoon, I'm very delighted, and I must say I'm humbled that the Senate of University, and headed by none other than Dato Chancellor, who found it fit to honor me with the highest award that University Selangor could confer upon me, that is the honorary doctorate of management from this esteemed university. I'm very honored, Dato. When I was asked by your pendaftar, Pak Rokpan, to ask me whether I would consider to deliver a lecture, I had some mixed feeling because I have never done a formal lecture, but I've been invited in the course of my time to come and share my experiences at many universities. As Dato Vice Chancellor said, I spent my 5 years at UC Malaya, and I love to mingle with each and every one of the students there. So for 5 years, I lectured and I spoke about what life awaits you outside the gates of a university. And in that honor, UC Malaya 10 years ago honored me also with an honorary doctorate. So today, when I was asked by University Selangor to come and speak about my experiences, I've decided that because I've been involved in the Maritime for the last 40 years, I've decided to choose a very fitting title, Selangor, that is Selangor, Malaysia's maritime gateway to the world. Today, I would like to come and share and take you on a journey that I've been through. Perhaps this will inspire you to follow some of my footsteps towards creating a very prospective career when you finally graduate from this university. So I've taken a very in-depth study to bring to speed why I feel that Selangor is so important that we stayed in a strategic place to be Malaysia's gateway to the world. So I would like to play just a video a little bit first to take you so that you can understand during the course of my lecture. Next. So how many of you have been on board ships? Have you ever been to Portland? Yes. Have you ever been aboard a real ship? How many of you? Good. Right. I've been made to understand today amongst the crowd that I have first year, second year, and final year students who are now reading finance, management, and IT, right? Am I right? Great. So today, I am going to take you, make you understand why Selangor is a maritime gateway to the world. When you look at Selangor, and I'm sure I did very well in geography, Selangor is at the crossroad center between the east and the west. So we are so strategic. States of Malacca for ships westbound to Europe and eastbound to Japan and across the transatlantic. Yeah? When I was young, I went to sea when I was 18. Many of you will not believe. I was paid only 80 ringgit a month. 80 ringgit a month, of which I sent back home to my late mother 40 ringgit. That was way back in 1970, long time ago. I came from a very poor home, but I tell myself that poverty is not going to be a hindrance for anyone who wishes to succeed. Yeah? Kemiskinan itu tidak menjadi satu batasan untuk sesiapa sahaja dalam Dewan ini untuk menempa kejayaannya. Dan saya berdiri di sini adalah satu contoh dan teladan. Ya? Daripada sebuah keluarga miskin, saya membina konglomerat Halim Mazmin, Kita disenaraikan di Bursa Saham selama 16 tahun dan jadi satu ikon anak Melayu yang begitu bangga kerana dengan usaha dan kerja kuat. Saya telah bermuafakat dengan Datuk Vice Chancellor. Universiti Selangor is a sleeping giant. Gergasi yang sedang tidur. Rumah saya hanya 3 minit dari sini. Jadi sebab Datuk Vice Chancellor jemput saya, insya-Allah saya akan datang sini lagi kalau jemput datang. Bukan sepengalaman. Saya nak ajak semua dalam Dewan ni dan anak saya semua yang berminat untuk kerjaya maritim. Kerana inilah satu-satunya kerjaya yang akan melonjakkan kita. Ya? Anda semua dalam pelajaran yang sudah baik. Kalau dulu saya nak ambil seorang graduate untuk bekerja di syarikat perkapalan, maka mengambil begitu masa yang lama. Jadi saya akan buat satu kerjasama yang begitu strategik dengan Datuk Vice Chancellor dan para pengurusan Universiti Selangor ni, kerana saya sendiri ada sebuah universiti. Saya kata Maritime University, ya. Anda balik, anda boleh Google www.marites.eu.my. Ya. Kita akan gabungkan Unisel dengan fasiliti yang ada. Saya dah berkunjung 2 kali ke Universiti di Bestari. Saya kata nickname di kampus sana itu Lakeside Campus. Sungguh cantik, sungguh indah. Yeah. So you are come from the city campus, but I'm sure that most of you have visited at Bestari. So here you are located in the most prime strategic area in Syarahan, closer to the port. And I want to take you why I feel that Selangor is going to be the world's maritime gateway. States of Malacca. If we look at in 2018 alone, the States of Malacca is the world's narrowest strait. Ya? Yang daripada, kalau kita masuk kapal daripada Penang southbound to Singapore, the world's narrowest strait. We are far more busy than Dover Straits in England. Di mana transit kapal turun naik yang nak pergi ke Eropah dan pergi ke Jepun dan Korea. Ya, kita tengok daripada antara Sumatera dengan kita begitu sempit sekali terus nanti. So you can imagine what a catastrophe will happen if these states not be managed properly. Yeah, ships carrying crude oil, iron ore, cargo, container ships passes through the state. At the last count in 2018, there have been 85,000 crossings daily. So where we have to manage a traffic separation scheme to ensure that there is no collision between ships transiting States of Malacca carrying cargo. Indian Ocean, Mr. Pancha, who helped me, has done a lot of research that 80% of the crude oil that comes in from the Persian Gulf moving to China and Japan passes through the States of Malacca. So it's very, very strategic. So I want to encourage you, open up your mind today, that I think the next thing that you want to think about also is a career in the maritime industry. Selangor. We are sitting here in the most richest state in Malaysia. Negeri yang paling terkaya dari segi GDP-nya, with a population of nearly close to 7 million, and we have 3.4 million workforce in Selangor alone. At Matrade, of which I'm also a Matrade, my job is to assist SMEs who wish to export to the world, and all our goods and products export and import passes through Port Klang. They're the world's most largest, the country's most largest port, comparing from Sabah and Sarawak. In 2019, Selangor attracted more than 6 billion of foreign and domestic investment. Perhaps this was not taught in classes, but what I want to encourage you is that you must also not just learn from textbooks, but I think to be able to read beyond the classroom, to understand. Because if you're looking for a job fit, employers today is just not looking just at students who have a flat 4, high grades, but we at employers, we are looking at a very holistic graduate who are able to interact and who is prepared to learn beyond the classroom. So here you are. The value of trade in 2018 alone, both import and export, is a staggering 600 over billion ringgit. That means a lot of volume of trade that passes to Selangor. So if you are studying accountancy, finance, IT, engineering, this is the place to be. This is the real place to be. But in those kind of jobs, you have stiff competition. So I would like Unisel to work together with all your academic professors to skew a bit so that we want to produce holistic graduate where you do not have to compete with your other brothers from other universities. Logistics and maritime, I think the doors are open. Employers will grab you when you have this kind of qualification. Very sought after. And this is going to say that my young university, we graduate the first 20 students before they got the stroll. Already employers have taken them during the time and do internship. So Dato, we are going to work together with you very closely to come and help make a career pathway for your students who have interest in following a program in maritime and logistics. This is the Selangor Master Plan, right? Shipping and port services, this is the key for Selangor. Because 97% of the world's seaborne trade is carried by ships. 3% is only by air cargo. So therefore, the development of our port ecosystem is crucial and key to the success of Malaysia. We are a trading nation. Malaysia is a trading nation. We must continue to export. Okay? If we don't export, we'll be nowhere. So that's why Selangor state government is on the right track, attracting investors to come into Selangor, to prepare. So to do that, when investors come in here, FDI, they are looking for local talent. And I say this again because for my trouble, you look at Indonesia, 300 million population. If only 10% of their youth excel, that's 30 million. As much as the population of the whole Malaysia, right? 10% of 300 million. So they are speaking English now, they are learning IT, they're learning so many things. So with the ASEAN cross-border, so we got to be prepared ourselves that soon these people is coming to our shores. And the China on the eastern seaboard, the Belt and Road Initiative by the new president, the Chinese is going all over the places. They're already here in Selangor, in Johor, and everywhere. So when we have to open our doors, job competition is going to be challenging. So therefore, if we are not choosing the right career path, we will have challenges in finding ourselves a good paying job. So this is why I say that location of Selangor, Port Klang, to be the main maritime center to drive both logistics and all other ecosystems right here in Selangor. And Unisel, Dato, you are pivoted to stay in the right time zone. No other university. So I would want to say that we should therefore perhaps look at our curriculum. We must disrupt. We don't want to follow what other bigger universities is doing. So Unisel should be pivot. We work together with you. Niche courses where our graduates graduate, employers is waiting outside the gate to take you. This is the thing that we must align and put ourselves through so that we don't have to compete with other people. Where they say they want logistics, they think of Unisel. They want maritime personnel, they think of Unisel. Right? So you are going to be the first batch. So together, I think I've managed to put all six piston running with the academic staff to also have a career path to make Unisel a training program provider for the future for the Selangor State's onwards development. Look, the Malaysian ports. Are you all familiar with the ports? Sure? Oh, good. So you look, you may not be all from Selangor, but you can be from everywhere. So jobs are so abundant in these ports. So you can imagine, I think the ports will need more than about 10 times of all you here. We are employing foreigners to come and work in our ports. Why should we? So, a career path chosen properly will land you in the most high-paying job. Maritime, shipping, logistics. This is the bus drive now, because the world will come to a standstill if we could not have that talented pool to drive our ports and shipping and logistics. You make companies make or break their profit bottom line because of logistics. So this is very, very key that I hope Unisel will, along the way, will consider developing more programs towards in this area, because this will be something that all employers want to look at. A couple of years ago, we looked at the development of Westports, Northport. When I first came in here in 1975, after I landed, a Sleepy Hollow port line. And today, you look at how port line has transformed into two major gigantic ports that serve the whole hinterland of Malaysia. Right? Look at that. Northport, South, Westport, and Pulau Indah. Abundance of land for expansion. Yeah? And we look at that as the coastline expand, we have a natural harbor, a deep water harbor. So naturally, foreigners who want to come and establish a factories, manufacturing concern, they're all here. So Portland. So we want to make sure that next time when we walking into any logistics company in Portland, Westport, Southport, we can see the students of Unisel all holding senior managerial positions in those areas, inshallah. Now, early days, you look at that. This was how Portland was. I think some of it before you all were born. Look at the ship blowing all the smoke. That was Portland, Port Swettenham, they call it here. You know Port Swettenham? He was the man who founded Portland. His name is Swettenham. And later on, when the government nationalized the port, we renamed it to Portland. So I came here as a young boy in 1975. When I came off the ship, I worked here for 5 years. The land was very swampy, ports were not so modern. We were exporting rubber, timber, copra, pepper, and whatnot, you know. The ships were not so modern. And look today. You see, the transformation between 1975 and now, how modern these ports are. You got a cruise terminal, all the bulking terminal that takes all kinds of chemical cargoes, crude oil, palm oil, and a huge, very modern, ultra-modern container ship that takes ships of gigantic size of about 15,000 to 20,000 TEU carrying capacity, Maersk line, compared to those days. Looking at Port Klang, 1901, Port Swettenham. As he moved, 1963 was very historic. I was there when they first changed the name. And then later on, in 1973, they marked another historic milestone where the first fully container ship, when the first full container ship came, the whole town came to Port Klang. Yes, everybody came to see how this fully container ship came at the MV Tokyo Bay. It was the first fully modern cellular container ship that ever called in Port Klang. That creates history. Yeah. And of course, in 1986, the port was privatized and it was listed as Klang Container Terminal and later on named as North Port and later on grew, acquired by MMC Holdings, and North Port today become one of the largest conglomerate serving both conventional, bulk and containerized cargo. And of a significant thing, in 2019, Selangor initiated the first Malaysian halal value port here in Selangor. And this is ever growing because this business alone generates about 40 billion. Huge, huge potential. So we need, employers need people like you here. So if you're on the wrong path, maritime logistics, the gates are open. Every foreign companies, joint venture companies are looking for people like you. So from IT, management, finance, and what have you, engineering, you are on the right path. I know some of you want to become accountants, some want to become engineers, but I'm saying the career progression towards logistics and maritime is fantastic. So this is something that you want to think, discuss with your mom and dad, discuss with your professors, that what does it take for me to have this qualification, right? So you may have a first degree, okay, maybe it's never too late. Because when you do your master's, say, Transi, I want to do master's in science, shipping, trade and finance. So at Emeritus, we do that. Then I want to collaborate fully with Unisel to develop this program so that we can continue. Unisel will be the provider for this kind of qualifications for the next 5 or 10 years to come. Yeah. Already, this is all happening here. As a most premier logistic hub, you can very modern logistics warehousing that I've ever seen. Hundreds and hundreds of millions of dollars been invested by foreigners, but they come and say, Tansi, where are the people? We need trained people. The foreigners don't want to employ Chinese, they don't want to employ Indians, they want Malaysians to come employ here. You are in the right time zone. So don't just aspire to go and work into a small office downtown in Kuala Lumpur, but you want to be here because this is where the jobs are paying very, very good salaries and promotion is rapid, fast. Yeah. Next one. See, the Port Klang free zone. Has anyone ever visited here? I suggest that we should make a field trip. Okay? Dato, we should get a field trip from here so that I can arrange with all the port authorities, Westport, to receive you, to give you a depth understanding, the touch and feel, so that you can see the vibrancy. You can see the vibrancy of how cargoes have been throughput. So when you see this for yourself, you say, wow. Actually, I'm sitting here, right here in Syarahan, I don't really know what's going on the other side. So when you see this kind of thing, you can see that this is the area that we want to be. I want to find myself a job sitting there. So believe me. So if I have to live my life one more time again, I will go to the same route. But now, of course, it's better because now everything is so modern. We are only about 35 minutes away from Syarahan. Perhaps a bit more longer to Westport. all the development now is going towards that side. And Pulau Keri is going to be the next ever huge, gigantic structures port to build to cater for the future expansion of Malaysia 20 years from now. Yeah, but look, Malaysia's export are highly dependent on shipping. Without ships, we are not able to export our cargo, right? So that's why I see, as I look at the amount of traffic that goes through, huge. In 2018 alone, 1 trillion. Actually, the figure has now surpassed it. In 2019, is 1.3 trillion. Yeah, 1.3 trillion anjuran value of our commodity and goods that goes out through Port Klang. Huge. Getting huge amount. So all these things will have to be handled. We can automate so far and so much, but somehow or other, we will still need the human workforce like all of you to be able to manage all these things. Petroleum products, electricals, and so on. And 2/3, 2/3 of Malaysia's import and export goes out to Port Klang. I cannot imagine in 1975, 73, when I came here, that the exponential growth of trade that goes to our Malaysia's premier port through Port Klang. So, Unisel, I say again, you are sitting in the real time zone to produce this workforce and graduates that the industry wants. Forget about other universities. Let them do all the others. Focus on some very niche areas of logistics, maritime, transportation. This is where we're going to be so that our students will be able to get jobs. Because today, we all know that the graduate employability, right? I'm chairman of UMT, the same thing. Student graduate, they got to compete. 5 vacancies, 500 people applying. We want to be in a situation where there is 500 vacancies, only 5 applying. Right or not? 500 vacancies, only 5 applying. Not the other way around. The employer berebut ambil kita. Dia tunggu dah, belum graduate dia masuk kelas dah. That's what we want. So, we must be disruptive. Kita kena buat program kita berlainan sikit daripada yang lain. Universiti lain boleh buat. IPTA, saya pun, kalau saya kata gini, UMT marah kat saya. Tapi saya ajak dia juga, kata kita jangan buat kursus yang sama. Tiap-tiap tahun, graduation tu penuh. Betul. Jadi, persaingan tu, kata sengitlah untuk mendapat pekerjaan. Ya, ya. You go, continuous cargo growth, tahun 2018 saja, such a rapid 200 million tons of cargo have moved out to Port Klang. So all these things, maybe you cannot imagine, but how do you move this cargo? You need personnel. You need people. All the warehousing and everything else. Because computers can't do this job. Right? Robotics, we are a bit behind. But soon, some work can be replaced by robotics, but the others have to be still by the talented pool that you have here in this crowd. Cargo, look at that. Dry bulk liquid, containerized cargo representing 88% of the entire export that move out to Port Klang. Is export trade taught in schools, in classes? Do you study all this? Not so much, right? Yeah, that's okay. Yeah, that's all right. So that's why I said to you, I think I would like to work with Unisel to ensure that you understand. So it's not too difficult to understand this. I think we can allow a certain part of the program to be skewed up, so that you can understand when you're going for jobs, you understand what is shipping, logistics, cargo, and the employer is going to be very impressed with you. Yeah. We can train accountants, we can train engineers, we can train ITs, but this field is still very infancy. So we are in the right time zone, never too late for us to continue. In fact, when I met none other than our Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohammad, said, yes Halim, Malaysia is a maritime nation. Di mana the workforce kita? We have to continue to train people in the maritime field. Otherwise, we cannot call ourselves a maritime nation. The job pool must be continued to create. We don't want foreigners to come here to come and take our jobs. Right? So with the maritime qualification, you don't have to work here in Malaysia. You can go to Singapore, Hong Kong, Pakistan, China, Arab. They will all await you because the language of shipping is generic and it is the same thing. So you can imagine you can work in Singapore, you can get 3 times more wages, you work in Dubai, you work in Abu Dhabi. This is where logistics and shipping is very key. Okay. I will share with you, I think if you are very interested, no worries, I think Mr. Pancha and I will be able to give your lecturers some of my notes that I give to you so that you can share, you can understand, you can download, you can Google, you can find so many things that you need to do when you go back home to your classes. Right? And all this container throughput is very key. Look at that. World's largest container throughput, Shanghai. When I was sailing, the Chinese port, they are so backwards. Nothing. They're so backwards, so modern, they still get people carrying rubber sacks, laborers coming on board. But how China slowly became a world superpower. That you maybe read the trade war between US and China, right? I'm very happy that President Trump now decided that they're not going to fight the Chinese. Because in any trade war, nobody wins. So we look at, so where are we? Port Klang, we are there. Yeah? So Singapore, of course, Singapore produces nothing. Singapore just do the packaging. Kita yang buat produk, kita hantar kat Singapore. Why? Because Singapore is huge financial system and trading. Singapore has nothing. They just a big maritime and a trade center. Financial center. So they became the second largest after Shanghai. Shanghai was sleeping with a very dilapidated port. In 15 years, the Chinese have built up scale, unimaginable scale, that even the Americans were too worried that the Chinese will become the next superpower. Of course, they have the population to do it, but because they are resilient, they work very hard, and they build fantastic world-class infrastructures to build their ports. And Chinese manufacturing goes out to the world. And the throughput, this was last year, Port Klang, comparing to all our ports, we did some 12 million TEUs, mean 20-foot equivalent. One container, they measure a container about 20 foot. You have a 20-foot container, a 40-foot container. So Port Klang by far is still the largest at 12.3 million TEUs. Second only behind Tanjung Pelepas in Johor. That is because the spillover from Singapore when Maersk Line moved to use Tanjung Pelepas because we are far more competitive than Singapore. Yeah. So all these things, the Far East and ASEAN, the world leading maritime growth area in that circle there. Europe is stagnant. So the next growth is the Asia Pacific in our time zone. Like Tun Mahathir was saying that kita used to be the Asian tigers. Yeah. So we hope that kita akan kembali balik ke era zaman kita jadi the Asian tiger. So that growth is all around the area where we circle. So you can imagine your time zone when I'm saying that, not just telling you the exponential growth. When the volume grow, traffic grow, business grow, means this translates into jobs. Not just into what is 24 million TEUs to a student, but that translates into employment opportunities. So we must be smart. Now, just all of you here, you study finance and accounting, so this is the area that we've got to look at. Yeah, man. Okay, with all the successes, with all the success that we have over the last 15 years, we will have current issues in shipping. I have tabled this out. Because of this, our outflow that we have to pay to foreign shipping companies. Last year, Panch, if I can remember, it was exceeding 140 billion. 140 billion kita bayar tambang kapal kepada pengusaha kapal orang lain. Sebab kita tak ada armada besar dalam perkapalan kita. So all that thing you can see, huge growing, and every day is still growing. There is no way where we can narrow the gap. Because we export, all the foreign liners will come and take our cargo away. Yeah? Because the merchant shipping fleet is declining. Yeah. The investment cost in shipping is prohibitive. It needs hundreds of millions to become a ship owner. Yeah? So, and then banks again, were not too keen to finance Malaysian ship owner because they perceive shipping as to be a higher risk sort of investment. And I say that they were wrong because we have so much cargo. So ideally this cargo should be carried on Malaysian ships. But because the investment requires a huge amount of capital, so that's beyond the reach of many entrepreneurs who want to become a ship owner. But I'm not saying that you must become ship owner overnight, but I think we can work in ship management companies, supportive, and you can see all these things growing. And one day, who knows, amongst all of you here, you might be a ship owner. You can see many ladies here can become ship owners. Right? And the other thing is, again, good. One other career is the training of merchant navy officers to man those ships. These are really super high paid jobs. As a young cadet officer, as a merchant navy, yeah? I'm not talking about TLDM, but working on a merchant ship. So these are very high paying jobs. A captain of a merchant ship today earns about tax-free, easily $10,000. Tax-free, already $10,000. So why do you want to become something else? The training scheme over 8-9 years. From a young cadet, they get 1 stripe, 2 stripe, until 4, and become captain. So if you have any more younger brothers and sisters who is keen, we got training school in Alam at us to become captains of ship. And then if they don't want to sail anymore, they can come and work ashore in all these shipping companies will easily take you in. Tak cukup. So any ships today, the working condition is so good, they work 6 months, then they get off 6 months, get fully paid. Mana nak kerja pekerjaannya tu? There are also many of the ladies also who join as merchant navy officers at Singapore, other countries, Indonesia, Cambodia, all this kind of thing, and Vietnam. Yeah. They are all competing with us. So this is where I say, look, I would like Maritime and Unisel to come to do this, to upgrade our tertiary higher education. Because not many of us here want to go to sea, but we must prepare our career path to become management staff in a shipping company, in a logistic company, in manufacturing company. Supporting the ships at sea. The captain will sail out, but we need to manage it. So these are the things, these jobs are still in the hands of foreigners. Because Singapore would love to take Malaysians who can work there. Yeah, because of proximity. Singapore is the second largest port, remember, in the world. Huh? Yeah. So their need of people is fantastic. So I want you put this in mind, the career path from an accountant, business studies, to come and do a master's program in shipping and logistics. You have your first base degree, an engineer pun tak apa. Yeah? So when you come to do masters, I would encourage you, I'm sure we can work together with Unisel, that don't go away, just having your bachelor's program. Do one more year. Just take one more year, because when you start working, it's hard for you to come back. One more year, do your masters. That make a lot of difference, Professor Dato. So these are the things that we want to run a program together with Unisel, Maritime and Unisel, to do a master's program in trade, finance, and shipping. Inshallah, next year we work together. Maybe some of you who will be graduating will be thinking, I'll be more than happy. Dato Sharifah, my Vice Chancellor, will be very happy to come and sit with you to work together, Maritime and Unisel, to provide this program, because so that then when you graduate as a master's program, you'll be one above the other. When you're just a bachelor's program, everybody got a basic degree. Better that. How much you get? A first bachelor's degree getting paid 3,000 ringgit, you cannot live in jail. Nak hantar duit kat mak lagi, nak bayar sewa rumah, nothing left in the pocket. Correct? So we want a high-paying job, so that a Unisel graduate will command at least minimum 5,000 ringgit. Inshallah, it can be done. You have a master's program, you work with Northport, Westport, any logistic company, Japanese, Korean investing here, minimum 5,000. They will offer you that. So this is the thing that we want to take you. Hello? The word graduate employability is not going to be there, Unisel. Okay? Think hard what I said to you. 1 year. Don't go away. Finish, do your masters. Because if you do only up to undergraduate, just your bachelor, you'll be competing among the thousands, like I said. So you want to be one class above, a Unisel graduate, one above, that you can be even better student than UC Malaya, UC Terengganu, or what have you. It all can be achieved. See? The world merchant fleet, and our size is declining. We look at Vietnam, small country. You read the statement when Mahathir first went to Vietnam, they say they can count the number of cars in the streets. Today, Vietnam has overtaken us. You remember that? Dulu those days during the war, I'm from Terengganu, orang Terengganu tahu, the Vietnamese boat people running away from their own country. Today, their economy is even bigger than us. So we must ask ourselves, what went wrong? Di mana salah kita? Because the Vietnam today, after all the war, the young people, like the Cambodians, they decided that they are not going to look back anymore. The second generation of people say, look, we are not going to look back at the history about the war they've been through, the hardship they've been through. They all learn. They are speaking better English than us. A young Cambodian that I went there in a coffee house, they don't have coffee bean, they tak ada Starbucks. Bila I masuk, this young lady, she's 18. Good afternoon, sir. Oh, I thought Cambodian don't speak English. He says, please take a seat. He says, I've heard my friends tell me that Cambodia, they make very good coffee. I like to drink coffee. She took me a money, sir. I would recommend you this coffee, sir. Money back guarantee. Oh, I was a bit shocked. Money back guarantee. And she was only 19. So I said, excuse me. I said, when she brought my coffee back, I said, yeah, very good. I asked you, where do you learn English? She took out a small second-hand, an iPad mini, a second-hand Chinese-made one, from the back pocket. I learned it from here, sir. I was truly embarrassed. And I asked her, how much are you paid? I said, I've been paid 80 US a month. I live upstairs because my employer is very kind, and $40 I sent to my mother in the village. And she learned English. She knows the name of our Prime Minister. She knows what's happening in Malaysia. And this is Cambodia. This is Cambodia after the war. Right? How many of you have been to Cambodia? There. Very nice. Soon we'll go. With Unisel, Maritime, we're going to take you there. We can go places so that we can see what other countries are doing. Because we are fortunate, we live, every day we felt the world like in our own oyster. We live in our comfort zone. We thought we'd do the best. Vietnam, Cambodia, Dato, they're so behind us. So far behind. Today, you go to Cambodia and Vietnam, you can see skyscrapers. And they are coming closer to us. So if we don't wake up, I think they are going to overtake our economy. Huh? So English is key. I know here, most of the students are speaking good English at Unisel. You learn one language, Mandarin, Japanese, even better. You're still very young. Find time to develop another language, Mandarin or Japanese. That will be the most sought after language. You have your own, kita dah cakap Melayu, fasih dah. So amongst us, acquire another language. Yeah, man. All these things about shipping, I give you more graphic on shipping because I want to understand the opportunities of jobs, employment. Right? Sharing with you that this is the area. Your professor will teach you already what is available in the class, but I'm talking to you about what you are not taught here when you come out, when you finally graduate. So we must prepare ourselves now, not on the day after you come out and take your scroll from Dato Vice Chancellor or your Chancellor. The time is now. You prepare a career path. You must be knowledgeable what you want to do. So this way, anything to interaction, bertanya, kita cakap di mana kerjaya kita, ya? Kita masih tidak terlewat. Never too late to do this. So all these things all about shipping, tankers, carriers. Malaysian ship dah tak ada dah. MIC dah jual kapal semua. Ya, masa saya belayar dulu, saya dapat latihan dalam syarikat Perbadan Antarabangsa Kapalan MIC. But MIC sold all the fleet, and then our fleet size is shrinking because the investment cost is very high. So here, if we look at again, we have almost zero presence in the international container ship. Very shocking. Dah tak ada langsung tu kapal kontainer kita. Okay. Hanya tengok percentage mix dry bulk container kita 3.3%. Hanya 3%. Tak apa. Those are talk about investment side. But others have overtaken. But they come here on our shore, they build shipping company, they build logistics, they build tank farm, they bring money. But they need the local talent pool. So you are the one. And your brothers and sisters who will come after this before you will be able to see that what I say today, we must pivot ourselves, gearing ourselves towards maritime. I would not want to go and do something else that will take me 5-10 years before I can become a managerial status. I want to go there, earn good salary, be recognized, and be a leader. So all these things can be achieved right here at Unisel. We've been to this just now, yeah? So many, that's it. Officers, seafaring. You can see, I said to you just now, look, we want to be earning this kind of salary. 10,000 US dollars, huh? Times 4, 40,000 tax-free. Just like pilots. So all these careers has not been exposed. I'm doing my work, and I told the Prime Minister, sir, we must train more maritime personnel. We don't have to work on Malaysian ships. We can work others, oil and gas and everything else, you know. You can imagine, look at that, tankers, even 13,000 US dollars tax-free salaries. Because you work on the Malaysian ships, you don't have to pay. Anyway, okay. Need to upgrade the maritime education right here in Unisel. I may want to ask your deans here to consider work with MQA so that we can, in your, I'm not sure how much, in your syllabus, you know, especially those who are doing finance, that we can look about maritime education. Yeah. Because in the first year, that they can teach the students, you can blend, I don't know whether you do finance, there must be some trade involved. Then we can interblend maritime education so that at university level, at schools even, we are still very low level. It's a low level of education in shipping. Some of the students don't even know where Panama Canal or Suez Canal. But all these things, we must groom them early so that they fully understand where we're coming from in terms of job and employment opportunities. Yeah? Yeah. While the challenges are so great, you see there's so many opportunities. All these things will translate. Any challenges, remember, will translate into great opportunities. So we must continue to capture this, yeah? Right? He's very keen. I think he's going to do shipping already there. So, all these things, I say, look, kita tak tahu kata ada masalah. Tapi bagi saya, tiap-tiap masalah tu ada kebaikan dia. We must capitalize on that. So, because of this vacuum, the current shortage is of adequately trained human capital in the maritime business is an economic impediment to Malaysia. If we don't address this in the next 5 years, we'll be downtrodden. Vietnam, Cambodia, Myanmar. My last visit to Myanmar, I was telling yesterday at our meeting, every single shop lot, Dato, they have English classes. Kedai runcit kecil pun dia conduct pun ada English classes, online courses to teach English. You can imagine, I went to Myanmar, Yangon 30 years ago. I was scared that country, you know, I thought maybe they might shoot you on sight. And China, you see China those days in our mind, Chinese, we are so scared. But today, every single small shop lot, they are learning to teach English. So I can emphasize more, and all of you here, that English is key. Okay? Whether you want to work in a bank, in any companies, the command of English language is so important. So we must continue to do that. And all these things, see, the spectrum of jobs, plenty of opportunities, so much opportunities. If you have a maritime qualification, all this ecosystem will take you in. No problem. You can apply for Halim Mazmin, so it will take you in. All these things, look, ship agencies, ship management, bank, finance, everywhere, logistics, PNI. You want to work for the government, marine department, Jabatan Laut. All these things will need trained people in the field of maritime and finance. Rata-rata di mana pun. Sebab apa kalau dia nak ambil a student who just reading, kata he graduates in bachelor's finance or IT, so about IT you're going to be competing. But you skilled at IT, he does a bit more maritime IT. Can you imagine? Today, the technology has changed in shipping, so we need an IT guy who can be savvy into maritime things. Someone who's studying finance, or to do ship finance. Because ship finance is not the same as doing finance like become a bank manager or work as an accountant. So when you have that, my goodness, believe you me, the employer will grab you. This is the thing that I want you all to open up your mind. Don't just put the same thing because my friend is working in the bank, my friend is working in the Pizza Hut, they become a manager, and that's it, I'm happy. I want to be earning 10,000 so that I can pay back my mom who put me in school. I want to pay my PT and loan, and I want to have a good life. This is the thing that I want to tell you today, the real thing that's happening on the ground, where opportunities are so abundant. And last but not least, of course, the collaboration that I would like to propose between Unisel and Mauritius together. Yeah, we want to do this, and together we want to make Malaysia as a maritime nation with Unisel. We want to wake up the sleeping giant, Unisel. Inshallah, it's a very shy giant. I've passed the stage here many times, but I'm very honored that Dato Bacha to honor me to see for myself the giant in front of me. And you got such a wonderful graduates who've been so very attentive to listen to me. I will not be, the last time when I want to come here, I can just walk across. Give me a cup of coffee, I love coffee, I'll come here. So on that note, Dato, I'll be more than happy to take any questions that you may have. Please feel free. To me, any question that you ask is always a good question. The floor is yours, Kak.
Majlis diteruskan dengan sesi soal jawab. Okey, so para hadirin yang mempunyai sebarang soalan boleh memperkenalkan diri dan mengemukakan soalan kepada Datuk Seri.
Silakan. The one who asked me the first question will get a discount ticket to my splash out in Langkawi. Come. Okay. Datuk.
Saya sebut tentang MIC, since you are, trying to be part of world trade and shipping, why put MIC? Why we close MIC?
MIC.
Yeah.
You see, MIC. Datuk has asked me a very good question. Of course, he's going to get a family discount. I went to see MIC in 1969. MIC used to own only 3 buah kapal. Kemudian syarikat itu berkembang sampai 100 lebih buah kapal. Tapi namun perkembangan mereka itu agak tak mengikut arus perkembangan kerana shipping is so dynamic, ya. Dynamic, dan kemungkinan saya rasa lah that their fleet change is a bit late. So modernizing the fleet, because at that point in time, they are saddled with so many issues, opening too many offices around the world. So the fleet size did not grow in consonant with the world trade. So because of that, I think all the other Chinese companies, Norwegians, the Danish, Maersk Line, scale become bigger. Those days, a 1,000 container ship is pretty big. Today, the giant come 20,000. Satu kapal boleh buat 20,000 container. So how to compete them? Because they have the economy of scale, they can drop the rates, and you become no longer competitive. So that's why I say investment in shipping requires the support of the government. And then also because maybe they have less people to man. So I don't know the real reason why they sold, but they lost a lot of money. But because the fleet expansion was not progressing well to cope with the challenges, because they are a global player in the world. But somehow or other, they have decided to move into the energy transportation, because Petronas came and buy them. So they now got LNG, they got tankers. And of course, they own shipyard, the big shipyard in Johor. So because of that one, they exited, they jual habis kapal pukal ya, bulk carriers, and all the container shipping overnight. So they cut loss and then they concentrate into the energy shipping. Yeah. I hope that answers your question. Okay, remember Dato dah dapat dia discount. Okay, I will give more discount. Come and fair. Yeah, keren. Teman-teman lain kita.
Terima kasih Tan Sri. It's an excellent lecture, and I'm glad you talk about marine transport, which is part of the whole package of blue economy. I'm sure there are many other things. I fully realize that because I'm in the not directly in marine, but I'm a life sciences. I started with fisheries, then I went on into aquaculture, and I'm more physiologist. But when we look at the maritime, when I had my lecture last year, I tried to contact some people about maritime. Where does Malaysia stand in terms of blue economy? You know, these are areas that are, you know, fantastic in the sense that it has got a lot of potential. As you pointed out just now, I think we in this university have engineering people, we have business people. I think we can tailor that towards the end to the area because, for example, marine transport, marine finance, marine law, these are all areas which is wide open. But I asked MIMA, I'm Tan Sri tahu MIMA kan, MIMA, and they are dealing with this all the time. There is no move, shall I say, very concrete in terms of Malaysia aim towards achieving ataupun grabbing this blue economy that is around. And I'm just wondering how does Tan Sri look at it, and then should we go? Because there are life sciences, there are minerals inside it, renewable resources in the ocean itself. Not to mention tourism, classical things like fisheries and agriculture. These are our classical things. But we're looking at new opportunities, you know, that are coming. And I'm just wondering whether you know, Tan Sri comments on these economies. Okay, marine transport is one of them. I'm sure. I'm glad, and I've known you for a long time, known from reading the newspaper and all those things, but had the opportunity to talk to you. And you are associated with MIT. University, which is part of India. So I just wonder how does we see this whole thing, and then should the country whether move trying to do or other economies.
Thank you. Very good question, a very long question too, but I will address your question in three parts, okay? Yes, the maritime ecosystem is not only looking at just the maritime transport. You have marine engineers, like you say rightfully. Fisheries is maritime. You can talk about marine tourism, okay? Also a very big spin-off activity. And all these things is going to create a lot of value for our economy, okay? Turning to MIMA. MIMA is an institution, Prof. So MIMA, work with MIMA. MIMA is a think tank, okay? They collect data, they do research, but sometimes, to me, I'm very pragmatic. See, when you do thesis, you collect research, you bundles of papers, but nothing comes into practice. So we must be very practical. Data collection, yes, the big data, you want to do everything, but sometimes I don't know where recommendation has gone, right? What we're interested to know is to see how your research, how your data gathering can help to improve our universities, whether they've come here to make a survey, whether what are we teaching here, whether they've gone to industry and see what are your issues and challenges you're facing you. So, but they collect this data, but they don't publish it. Yeah? So only people like us who are close with MIMA, we talk to them, we interact with them, so we do understand that they are a very research-based organization. So researchers, my great respect, tends to do a lot of paperwork, but all these things must be translated into action and reality. Otherwise, it will remain a research paper. The same thing as well, I think at universities, most of our professors have renowned, they do a lot of paper, a lot of research, but how much of this has been translated, right? So therefore, the marine scope is so huge. It's so huge. So yes, I think at university, I think it is good that we should also work together with MIMA. We can get MIMA to come here to talk to our students, data gathering, data collection. So because they have a huge researchers that can put all these things together and come up with certain good recommendation, which is the area to go. Macam they do, what we get from MIMA is, for example, like the salary band of all the maritime personnel, which segment is that we should continue to train, to employ, yeah? So we cannot be sporadic because MIMA has the database. So we, Halim Azmin and Maritime, we work with MIMA. In fact, most of my research work on that is also drawn from MIMA sources as well. So your question is quite true. I think maritime is not just based on marine transportation, engineering, marine engineering. Selangor, we are here. We are here, right here. Kita tak payah lagi dah kata nak berhijrah ke mana, because pelabuhan kita dah, fasiliti semua dah ada. Cuma kita nak menzahirkan banyak lagi mahasiswa kita yang boleh mendapat kerjaya yang terbaik dalam bidang yang mereka pilih. Ya. Tapi yang penting di universiti kita kena bagi counselling yang baik pada student. Ada student don't know, right? Most of you don't even know what I'm talking about today, the opportunity, betul tak? So I can't blame universities, but I think because interaction begini dengan saya boleh membuka minda anak, then you can start to say, yes, I want to learn more about this. That all these things can be found. You can need to Google them out. Which are the companies? So you must be able to use your imagination, your intellectual ability to do that. Yeah. So you cannot just hope that university can give everything to you. As a student, you must have your own initiative. Yeah. Thank you. Done? Anything from our undergraduates? I'll have a sip of water. The first lady who gets my discount. Silakan. Jangan lupa, the offer is on, for Meritus. Your name and your which faculty you are.
Hi, Assalamualaikum. I'm from Bachelor of Finance, Faculty Business and Accountancy. My name is Nurhanis Atira binti Samse. Hi sir, I would like to ask you how to ensure Malaysian maritime industry able to sustain in globalization as our dream to be a giant maritime nation. Thank you.
Good. Yes. Okay, to start with, you are reading finance, right? First year, second year? Okay, second year, good. Yes, as I said just now, I think already your career path chosen in the world of finance. I would like to say that to enhance even better your positioning is perhaps to be able to learn a bit more on the marine finance, yeah? And you're talking about, did you say about managing is now, right? Managing, yeah, managing. So I think the opportunities that you want to be a bit different from all the other friends who want to go into the world of finance. Finance, I think, yes, is a very good faculty. Is readily acceptable in most organizations. But what puts you ahead of the rest, ahead of the pack, is that because you have that added spectrum that I said to you to do marine finance. So I would encourage that you, like I said just now, do not stop just where you are, unless of course you want to go ahead and start to do your articleship, to do chartered accountancy and what have you, which is a good. But we have so little people involved in marine finance because they don't know. The marine finance, you can work in banks, you can work in insurance companies. This is very highly sought after. So please come and get a bit more information from Dato Sharifah. She will guide you. Decided to do your masters. I want to tell all undergraduates here, do not stop at your first degree. Go and do your masters. Only 1 year at Unisel. 1 year at Unisel. Yeah? So of course, your mom and dad will have to sacrifice a bit more, but you've got such beautiful facilities here. Everything is all here. So 1 more year. 1 more year only. Don't be in a hurry to go out. Do your masters. That will put you above the others. Yeah? So you have to give your name to Dato Sharifah. You will get a free ticket. Come, what about the boys? Oh, yes, another one. Yes, come.
Sir, Dato.
The lady first. We give ladies first. Okay.
Assalamualaikum Dato.
Mike. Mike. Kuat sikit so everybody, all your friends.
I think suara saya cukup kuat kot. Okay, Dato Seri, I'm a lecturer of human resource. Yeah.
Human resource.
Yeah. So I just would like to double check, get some opinion from you. Which of the maritime industry, which of the job could be take over by automation, and then so at least then which areas that they're still looking for the human? Thank you.
Okay, human resource automation. Yeah. The opportunities are bound in the maritime industry, even in shipping automation. Yeah, today, it is not like I said in the yesteryears. The ship is not so modern. When I went to sea, the only mode of communication between ship at sea and shore is through the Morse code. Can you imagine? Morse code. You have to listen. Then the radio officer will have to copy the note. Bad weather, you don't listen to anything. So that's the old age automation using Morse code. Today, the captain at sea is so modern. He sits on the bridge, he drinks his favorite cup of coffee, he has got his GPS, he can see his positioning everywhere. At sea, he can send his WhatsApp to his family also. He can do a video call to his wife. So this is automation. Automation, engine room. Okay? In the engine room of a ship, in the ports and everywhere, it's all automated. Not like those days where you do manual work anymore. So if you go visit, let's say a visit at Northport, at Westport, will be really an eye-opener to HR, so that then you can tell all our undergraduates here that look for those who want to do automation, IT, what have you, you can see for yourself that today everything is so modernized that there is no more manual. I won't be surprised that 5 years from now, that robotics will take over most of these jobs. But not all robotics will be able to do everything, but some of the jobs, for example, cranes and everything else will be done by robotics, and I'm sure. I'm sure it's there now. It's just a matter of time that Westport will be able to do it. But nothing can replace the human. Yeah, nothing can replace human. So all those jobs like that will be replaced by robotics. But of course, to answer the question, HR, automation is key. So every single year in the maritime field, there is always continuous involvement to change automation to help our students. Yeah? Yeah. Thank you. Yes. Mic on there.
Assalamualaikum Dato Seri. My name is Nora Sri bin Ashraf. I'm course Bachelor in Business Management. Okay, I'm just a little bit in English language, so better I'm speaking Malay. I want to ask something. apabila kita nak menceburi bidang ni, nak masuk kerja dalam bidang ni, proses kenaikan pangkat tu cepat ke ataupun lambat? Walaupun kita kerja secara cekap dan pantas kan. Walaupun kita cepat tangkap kerja, skill kita power, cekap, tapi proses kenaikan pangkat tu cepat tak nak bina kerjaya dalam bidang ni?
Ada tak soalan tu? Ada tu?
Saya ulang. Saya slow cakap, Dato.
Jauh sikit pada mic tu.
Okey. Kalau kita nak masuk dalam bidang kerjaya ni, okey, lepas tu contohlah kalau saya ni seorang yang cekap, cepat buat kerja, skill memang power lah kan dalam saya punya pekerjaan. Proses kenaikan pangkat tu cepat ke ataupun slow?
Okey.
Dari
penilaian seseorang tu dalam kerjaya, prestasi dia, mestilah seorang majikan melihat bagaimana seseorang tu bekerja, ya. Pertama, quality leadership dia, ya. So kita sekarang kita nak tengok bukan saja kata kenaikan pangkat tu kita jangan memilih dulu, ya. Majikan akan tentu your career way, your career path will always be looked after. Employers they want to keep their jewels, yeah. So don't worry. Promotion opportunities will be there. So when you enter a job, do your very best. You must be a team player. You cannot work in silos, okay? In a big organization, nobody works in silos anymore. Nobody can claim that I know everything. Yeah? So we must be working together. Yang pertama nasihat saya kita menghormati, ya. So we have a discipline, and then all these things you must be able to do 24/7 kind of work. In the maritime industry, don't say, look, I must sacrifice. You'll be maybe the last person who want to leave. So your bosses will take a look at you. Oh, this guy, Ahmad, very good, very disciplined. He comes in early, he leaves late, and tangan dia ringan. So all these things is not about qualification. It doesn't mean that you get all straight A's. I will employ someone with a lesser qualification, but who is prepared to be loyal, honest, hardworking, and be able to do the best. Tak pernah kata no to any assignment that you give. Your promotion will come very fast. Your promotion will be rapid, but no employer is going to promote you kalau kata you malas. Betul tak, ya? I'm sure you are not. You are very agile. So I think all these things will come naturally. So you must learn from people. Jangan segan malu bertanya, ya? So dalam tempat kerja baru, mengalami tempat kerja baru, do your best always. Show your best, and then work together with their peers, with seniors, learn as quickly as you can. Inshallah, over time. Yeah, it took me so long years to build $1 billion company. I came with nothing. My late mother left me with nothing, not even a single dollar in my saving account. I drank well water. I walked to school. But because I tell myself that kemiskinan tidak akan memberi apa batasan untuk saya. So you tell yourself, look, berpandukan pada itu, I tell myself, I push myself hard. Today I'm not happy. Tomorrow morning I want to do a bit more. I want to tell my bosses. I became a businessman much later. I worked too. I was once an employee. But I became a rising star because I tell my boss I can do more. When others go home, others have their Saturdays, Sundays, so my boss will notice me. Then I get my promotion very fast. Okay? Yeah. Any more questions?
Assalamualaikum and good afternoon.
Salam.
So my name is Haris Mizudin Miyahir. I'm from Bachelor of Finance. My question is about safety. I remember that in a year there was a situation where 2 of our ship being hijacked by the Somali pirate. So do you as a seaman experience that, or do your company ship experience that, and do your company collaborate with the Royal Malaysian Navy so that they guard your ship? Thank you.
Thank you. Good question. Piracy. Maritime piracy. Say you've read in newspapers and everything. The states of Malacca, Natuna, of course Somalia is so far away. You read about pirates. These are not pirates like those days that were the one-armed bandit, like Jack Sparrow. You know, no more. Yeah. These are all modern-day pirates. They are not really pirates. They are really crooks. They know what ship is carrying which cargo. Okay. So safety at sea is very paramount, yes. So in the last few years, governments like Indonesia, Singapore and Malaysia are working together to closely monitor. Because today modern ships are all equipped with transponders. If you get piracy, you can just press a button and the alert is on. And you have a joint patrol in the states of Malacca, so the piracy has really come down. You learn sometime that Asian tankers, yeah, who was hijacked in the South China Sea, and they end up somewhere in Vietnam. So that thing happened. So two things, you asked me the question, yes. One of my ship was attacked by a tanker, many years ago. We are small, 7,000 deadweight. We are carrying jet fuel, minyak untuk kapal terbang, jet fuel lah. Jet fuel we were selling, I think we looked Singapore, bound for, if I'm not mistaken, Kota Kinabalu. So right in the middle of South China Sea, in the middle of nowhere, 400 miles from the nearest land, at 3 a.m., pirates boarded on the back of the ship. They come like commando style. They use grapple hook, because the ship is not so fast, they're moving at about 17 knots, but they're coming the fast apa ni, Z-boat ni. So they come on board, and they climb. And they came in on site, they went to the bridge, 3 a.m. in the morning, with a pistol and guns. Yeah? So they hold the officer of the watch and asked the captain to come on board. The captain came a bit late. The pirate was very angry and he fired a shot. He put his pistol near the ear. Yeah, so then now the captain has a trauma. He refused to go to sea, he's psychological for long. So his eardrums all burst. So these pirates, because they want to hijack the ship, they like to steal diesel. And if the ship carry more gas, petroleum, because we carry jet fuel, they cannot do anything with it. So then they took all the belongings, they took computers, cash, what have you, ship, and then they go away in the darkness. That was one. The others was when we come out from the Gulf of Aden, Suez Canal. From Suez Canal we came out. These pirates they're a bit too far from Somalia, but there are some pirates from Djibouti. So if you read your map, so they also came. They use automatic weapons, so to ask the ship to stop. But the captain radioed for help quickly, because at that time, if you recall, masa tu they have the Desert Storm, where there's a lot of Americans and German Air Force. So we were lucky, because the German Air Force helicopters came, because the ship was casting very close to the shore. So we still have a bullet marks on the ship, and we kept it a history. So they fired using automatic weapons. But so far, alhamdulillah, no one is injured. The two occasions of piracy, but now I think because international peacekeeping force, if you see our Malaysian Navy, you take movie Pascal. Yeah? See that movie Pascal is a real story, to a large extent a real story of how our Malaysian Navy rescued one of the ships who was boarded by the pirates. Or you can see that movie Captain Philip. Yeah, Captain Philip or Pascal. Yeah, because the commander at that time, chief of the Navy, was a very close friend of mine. I'm also Captain Kehormat dalam TLDM. So that was real. But those are organized pirates. They're not pirates like those days. You see yang pedang semua ni, and then have a pirate, and then pakai bandana. Treasure hunt, pirate. These are modern day pirates, because They are very computer literate. They know what's inside the ship. So alhamdulillah, but now with all the peacekeeping force, these pirates are not visible anymore. Yeah. Okay. Come, Mike. Pardon? Okay, please. Sila.
Okay, Assalamualaikum Dato Seri.
Waalaikumsalam.
May I speak in Malay? Okay, saya ni macam kurang jelas sebab sepanjang perbincangan ni, apa yang saya imagine bila Dato Seri sebut marine financing, saya imagine kapal. So soalan saya, kalau saya memang bertekad nak kerja marine financing, adakah saya kerja dalam kapal ataupun office dan kerja dia macam offshore ke yang jenis 4 bulan baru balik? Lepas tu saya nak tahu macam tu. Terima kasih.
Ya, bagi satu temukan pasal yang baik. Ya, okey. Yang jelas, ya. Boleh nak kerja atas kapal pun boleh. Tapi soalan itu sungguh baik, ya. Marine finance is the most sought after. Marine finance, ya. So setiap sebuah perkapalan, syarikat perkapalan ataupun logistik, dia akan memerlukan accountant. Dia akan membuat pinjaman untuk beli kapal, beli alat kelengkapan kapal marine. Jadi pinjaman dia tu berlainan sikit daripada the normal kata plain finance that you do in the bank, macam saya beli rumah, beli harta. Yeah? So the marine finance is so interesting. Cara pembayaran dia, so application dia, macam you kata company A buys a ship, take a mortgage, shipping loan, ya. Dia macam mana, dia tak macam super kita beli tanah, kita jaga kat bank. Bila dia beli ambil pinjaman satu kapal kata 10 juta, dia kena register dengan Jabatan Laut. Jadi dan juga daripada situ banyak lagi dipanggil procedural dia. Sebelum bank tu nak keluarkan duit untuk pembayar membeli kapal. But the job is primarily based in the office, head office of a shipping company or logistic company. So it's very interesting because you got to do a lot of research. There's so many kind now. Today you can buy ship, Islamic financing ada, conventional financing ada. So many interesting thing. And then lepas tu banyak juga. Kadang-kadang syarikat tak dapat bayar. Bank nak tangkap kapal tu, arrest the ship. Ships arrest, yeah. Many ship owners sampai ke pelabuhan dia tak boleh bayar. Jadi dia ada banyak kaedah dia. Dan the maritime law will start into force. Because you cannot just go and tangkap kapal tu ya. Tanya saya macam mana nak tangkap kapal? Kapal di tengah laut. Memang tak boleh. So jadi, if the bank know that you owe them money, they want to arrest a ship. You got to find out where your ship is all over the world. Then they got to use maritime lawyers. Kata in London, South Africa, Singapore, Hong Kong. They got to serve all kind of writ dapat daripada mahkamah before they can arrest to get the money back. So this all involve marine finance. So interesting. Than the normal traditional jual beli kereta, you work in the bank, very boring stuff. Betul. So if you're thinking of doing that, Mauritius can work together. We have shipping, trade and finance. You have this qualification, saya rasa saya boleh jamin. Most of the financial institutions in this country will take. We have many Malaysians who work in Singapore, who work in all, because Singapore has a lot of dipanggil ship finance bank who specialize. In Malaysia, not many banks specialize in ship financing because it is a different kind of, bukan macam saya beli rumah, beli kondominium, yeah. So ship finance is a very structured, very interesting way how they structure ship finance. Very good. I hope you will take up and do ship finance.
Okay, Assalamualaikum Tan Sri.
Waalaikumsalam.
I am the Dean of the Faculty of Business Accountancy here in Shah Alam.
Tak kuat ya?
It is very encouraging to hear your speech, especially the fact that there is a lot of demand in logistics. Simply because our faculty has, we have that program. Okay, we have recently rationalized that program where we have one specialization in logistics. At least we have 10 courses where students can take in logistics. And when I go through the courses, at least one course may be quite relating to maritime called warehouse and yard management. Okay, so my question is, given the fact that we have this program and specialization in logistics, but not exactly in line with so-called maritime, so what are the chances of our students upon graduating that they can take the career path of this maritime aspect? Thank you.
Thank you, Prof. It's very, very good questions also, yeah? Because, as I said before this, many universities, including UITM, they offer programs in logistics. Some have got logistics management, logistics in warehousing, and what have you, yeah? So, we have to see your course curriculum per se, Prof, how to see how you can add a bit more value. So logistics, you know, you can do in so many, it's a very generic thing. There's someone who want to do Chartered Institute of Logistics Transport. At Meritus, every student of ours who does Bachelor of Science Maritime Business will be automatically conferred a professional qualification of Chartered Institute of Logistics and Transport. So that means our students at my university will have 2 qualifications, honors degree. So I would like to revisit and see what you teach the students. Maybe you can perhaps add on, yeah? So MQA give you some leeway to add on logistics, and then if you do, I suppose this is at bachelor's level, huh? Okay. That career path, actually, when they do that, they can come on board because we provide a master's program. Like I said, look, shipping, trade, and finance, because shipping, trade, and finance also encompass logistics, and we can do a mapping, a mapping. So I may not have the details, but Dr. Sharifah will be able to assist you. So we have that. Then rather than you have logistics per se, then you add value to their masters. Just not only just a logistics student having at base level, but carry on one level more, one more year. One more year, he or she will be having a master's. Logistics component is already inside there, but you have shipping and trade and finance. So this is something very, very good. So if you've got logistics, we want to talk to your students. We can work together with Unisel. Maybe a joint award of some sort. I think the government, I think masa saya ada sesi dengan Yang Berhormat Menteri, dia kata dia allowing. Kita IPTS lagi senang lah tu. Ya. Kalau IPTA, IPTS pun dia nak bagi, tapi dengan amongst IPTS, it's up to our Senate to do that. Yeah. So yeah, please, we'll be more than happy to see your program. Yeah. Yeah. Good. Any logistics student here? Logistics is conducted here or conducted here? Okay, good. Yes. Silakan. Yeah.
Oh. Alright. First of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Fadil Zulkarnain Zaimi, and I Bachelor of Business Management.
Bachelor of
Business Management.
Business Management. Okay.
And then, sir, I am surrounded by a neighbor, which is they are most of them are oil and gas companies, and yeah. Before that, before before that I already researched about logistic engineering. That would be applied by DHL and DB Schalke and FedUps, and of course they are growing for the e-commerce. And my question is, would you apply for the logistic engineering?
Thank you. Yes. So you're studying Bachelor of Business Management, right? Okay, good. So yes, this would be a good pathway too. Of course, it's very general. If you do business management, most universities produce a lot of students to do business management. I can only suggest to you that yes, of course you can work in the oil and gas industry, what you have said just now, but the thing is, you can be just a general manager. So for you to be able to excel, to move up, I would recommend you, let's say from the do BBA, do masters that have got some shipping associated with that. Then the oil and gas companies, even Petronas and so many of them, oil and gas in Terengganu, in Sabah, in Kuantan, will take you in. So if you just do BBA, you'll be competing. Saya kata ikhlas, so many. Every university is producing BBA student, business management student, so you'll be competing. So you must have a bit of specialization, so that then when you come for interview, I take a look at you, oh, okay, this undergraduate has studied business management, but he also excelled in some areas of shipping that can fit into the oil and gas or shipping company, yeah? Okay.
Okay, any more question? Saya rasa tak ada dah ya. Alright. Okay, dengan ini majlis mengucapkan terima kasih kepada yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Halim bin Mohammad di atas syarahan dan perkongsian pengalaman yang telah disampaikan. Semoga dengan penyampaian syarahan dan sesi soal jawab sebentar tadi memberi manfaat dan ruang pembelajaran dan pengetahuan tentang industri maritim di Malaysia. Terima kasih Tan Sri.
Terima kasih. So I'm very happy that I've got so many enthusiastic questions coming from all of you. I know some of you are very shy, you want to ask questions, but we must never be shy. Any question is a good question. So you can always email me, but I'm delighted to come back here again to talk to you again, or at some other time. Maybe once I get invited, I can just walk across here. But feel free, because the main aim, my first time I stepped into your beautiful campus here, at the invitation of Dato President and the senior staff, I want to formulate a gateway between Maritime University and Unisel. We want to work together so that we can be providing programs above all the others. Yeah? Don't follow other universities. Today the giant has woke up already. We have waken up the sleeping giant. So now we've got to move. Yeah? Thank you very much, and I'm very delighted. Thank you. Yeah.
Majlis diteruskan lagi dengan menjemput Profesor Dato Dr. Muhammad Ridwan bin Othman untuk menyampaikan sedikit cenderahati kepada yang berbahagia Tan Sri Datuk Sri Dr. Halim bin Mohammad. Para hadirin dimohon berdiri untuk nyanyian lagu Unisel.
Di sini keilmuan jadi budaya, kepakaran seni kerjaya, perlu dihayati sepanjang usia. Amal jariah tunjang jasa, dipayungi langit tanpa sempadan. Bumi subur Darul Ihsan, disinari suria alam Tuhan yang esa. Dibuai baru ilmu peradaban. Unisel kala sinar bestari, pancaran ilmu serta amali, pengisi minda pengasuh budi, pelopor utama insan misali. Kau umpama pohonan rimbun, tumbuh subur teguh beruntun, jati diri hidup berukun, tahan uji turun temurun. Unisel kaulah sinar bestari, pancaran ilmu serta amali, pengisi minda pengasuh budi, pelopor utama insan misali.
Majlis diteruskan dengan sesi bergambar bersama penyampai syarahan perdana. Dimohon para hadirin terus berdiri.
Slow sikit music slow sikit. Music minta slow sikit.